Collective, what's been going on with this spiritual warfare? Like, I know a lot of y'all been dealing with a whole bunch of mess. Like, a whole bunch of mess. A whole bunch. Somebody's been extremely ill. Somebody went into hospital recently, just got out. Like, recently meaning when you see this within the last week. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. This right here, somebody's trying to have financial gain or manifest. Yep. Eight of Pentacles in the world. Somebody's trying to have financial gain or manifest off of your demise. Okay. Pentacles, Earth energy. The World card. You got Aquarius, Scorpio. You also have, I think, Leo and Taurus, I believe. Any one of those signs may be involved. Yeah, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. The element is Earth, though. It's an Earth element card. Gives me a good bit of magician. With this infinity down here, this Eight of Pentacles. I want to... Yeah, they went to a practitioner. Okay. Someone asked for a little bit of help because they don't have the skills. They don't have the, thank you, Spirit. They don't have the, somebody asked for a little help because they don't have it. They just don't have the gift. This is a person that, if you have the gift, they, like, when I say the gift, I'll say, let's use one of those gifts as tarot reading, cartomancy. It's cartomancy, right? That's a skill that you can have without even, I mean, you can practice at cartomancy and get it, but the interpretation of spiritual downloads, that's something for somebody with a different type of gift. You get me? It's one thing to read, you know, it's a whole nother thing to interpret energy as it's felt, not, and then be spot on. This person does not have that gift. They see, this person may have like a big afro or like big hair. You get what I'm saying? Like big curls or a lot of body in their hair. They have crystals sitting around their home. They prefer, if it's a female, they prefer to follow the gender code when it comes to dressing. So feminine dressing, so women aren't supposed to wear pants type stuff going on. They don't like to show their skin or their body. This person may be slightly overweight, and that causes them to have like self-image issues. Tell me more. Nine of Wands. This person uses, this person has placed a protection spell around themselves, or like a cloaking. It's like cloaking them. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. King of Cups. So this is, and Page of Pentacles. You may have either you or this person, somebody is dealing with something like diabetes, so like a blood issue, or they may have 440 issued blood, if you know what I mean. When in regards to this situation, this right here is what is going to fuck them up. I'm going to just be so honest. You've run into a person who does not understand spiritual law. and the people that they go to get work done on other people, those people understand spiritual law very well. However, they don't mind letting somebody get caught up in their mess, because that practitioner feels that, okay, I receive payment for doing a duty. But intention means everything in spirituality, even when you practice certain things. This is nothing. This is a lot to do with money, yes, but I feel that it has a lot to do with someone being unalived, accidentally. So if you take medication and stuff like that, you might want to, Knight of Pentacles, you might want to talk with your physician about any side effects or any symptoms that you may be having. 555 that don't seem normal. Some of this stuff is keeping you up at night. Some of it is keeping you up at night. And the Wheel of Fortune, with the same energy as the World. You get what I'm saying? Like it's the same Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. Yeah, Seven of Wands. This person is fighting. Is fighting not the karma, but the comeback. Karma hasn't even hit yet because the spell or whatever is not done. The side effects to the spell are like in the middle. Whenever you see this, you'll probably be in the middle of whatever this is they tried to do to you. And it was a physical attack. It was a spiritual attack on your physical person. King of Swords. It was a spiritual attack on your physical person. That's what that was. Let's get one more. And we'll ask some questions. This is crazy. Crazy wild. Thank you, Spirit. Page of Wands. This person, if someone contacts you, Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. Again. Top of the deck, King of Swords. Again. So if somebody contacts you, this is what I'm getting. If somebody contacts you in the near future, or while you're going through this, and just they've not done this to you before, like called you and said, hey, how you doing, or stuff like that, checking on you and all that stuff. If they just randomly start doing that, pay attention to that. And honestly, I would say distance yourself from that person. And now that you have a name and confirmation from Spirit, you can do your protection spells like how you need to. I wouldn't say to say a specific name when you're doing your work, okay? Because that's going to just reap badly for you. But definitely cover yourself. I want to know a little bit about, like, why. Why are they coming at you like this? Why are they coming at you? Other than the fact that this person does not hold any type of real power. This person has a lot of talk. You know, they know how to use word magic to their advantage. Other than that, they don't know anything else. Other than that, they're just another regular Joe, regular Diane, you know. There's nothing special about them. There's nothing special about them, y'all. Tell me why. Tell me something about why for the collective. Thank you. Thoughts. I'm telling you. And that's a 7, affecting the 7th house, partnerships, marriage, close associates, your peers, contracts, might affect your job. This guy is giving that side eye like crazy. That's how this person looks at you. When you turn your back, that's how they look at you. Wow. That's how they see you. This person definitely they tell other people things about you that would seem bad, but other people look up to that certain thing about you. So like they tell people that, oh, they've been to jail. They've been to jail, y'all. Don't mess with them. They've been to jail. And other people are looking like, well, Okay, they've been to jail, but they doing real good. Like they got multiple businesses and children graduated college, and you know what I'm saying? Like they got money in the bank, and what's so bad about their past? Like people that they try to tell this stuff to don't pay it any mind, and it's putting this person into despair, and that's a 5. Despair. It's putting them in a state of mind like, what the fuck? And that's the 9 of Wands. That's crazy. The World and the Empress clarified by Courthouse. What did I tell you? This person needs you out of the way, and that's a 5. This person needs you out of the way for something to manifest in their life. And when I say out of the way, I mean completely out. Like there's no way that you could come back from this. That's what their aim is. And they hope that it happens slowly so that they can get report to make sure that everything is going along, along the plan. Which is fucking crazy to sit back and watch someone slowly. You get what I'm saying? They're trying to unalive you here, and they're willing to sit back and watch you slowly deteriorate. This person does not care for you. I don't know if you resonate with this and you have a person in mind, pray to spirit for confirmation that is that person. I'm being so honest with y'all. Somebody, you literally, as I'm explaining this to you, someone popped into your mind. That particular person you need to watch, and you need to pray and commune with your spirit guides, or however you do that, to confirm if this person is involved in this mess or not. Some of you, this is not going on for you, but you are close to an energy that is going through this, or it hasn't started yet. Let's be honest. 12-12. Some people sit back and wait for an opportune moment. That's literally what the enemy does. They sit back and wait for an opportune moment. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's get 9 of Wands and Page of Pentacles. It just seems like it's like this person is trying to protect the fact that they went to a practitioner, that they had a financial opportunity to come up. Okay. This 9 of Wands energy gives me deception, like resourceful deception. And they're determined. They're persistent. That's why they don't mind taking their time. Because they got to make sure, for sure. Look at that. False person. 9 of Wands and Page of Pentacles. Clarified by false person. I'm telling you, this person is in your energy. In your energy, like on a constant basis, keeping tabs. If you see flies just like randomly start to come around your home or your space, or when you're out somewhere, flies are spies, okay? Flies are spies. So just be mindful. And you got this hating ass person here. They may seem demure and debonair or whatever, but this is not the type of energy you want to play around with. Like, this is not the type of person that you want to befriend, because they are quick to anger, but you don't see it. That's a dangerous person that you have around you that's your enemy and you're not aware. That's dangerous. That's reckless. Spiritually and otherwise, truth be told. Spiritually and otherwise. That's reckless. Let's get Knight of Pentacles and Page of Wands. Every time that you are around this person, they try to distract you with a child, by the way. Pathway and child. But every time you're around this person, they have to like drop off something in order for the magic to continue. In order for the drawing of energy and power and life force to complete, they have to steadily drop off. That's why you see these coins, it's like breadcrumbs throughout the read. 1441. They're mirroring you, first of all. Whatever you say you like, they like. Whatever you don't want to do, they don't want to do. It's in order to stay close to you. It's in order to be able to keep tabs and go give information. This Page of Wands. That's what that is. Everybody looks at the Page of Swords as that, and I do too. However, pages are childish energy in the first place. They talk, period. They carry information, period. They're curious. This Page of Wands is like a curious energy. Okay. Fire sign, I think that's Sagittarius. The Knight of Pentacles is slow moving. Yeah, privileged lady. There's a feminine energy that's probably the practitioner. I'm just going to be honest. And that's a 3. This privileged lady gives me very much Marie Laveau. If you know, you know. Seven Sisters type energy. Like real demure, real debonair, real southern charm, real high society. 1555 when I said that. Real old money. Like this practitioner has been around, like their family does practitioning. They're probably a set of midwives. The family is the coven. I want to say that. They may be involved in organized religion, so church. They call themselves Christians. Yeah, thief and adjudication. This is what they do. They steal the energy, and then on the dimensional plane, on the spiritual plane, they steal the energy, and then on this plane, they validate it by going to court and doing stuff like this, like manipulating court systems and things on the material plane that usually aren't supposed to be influenced. And like looking at this judge's face on this adjudication card, that judge has already made up his mind. It looks like to me he's looking at the female. He's looking at the woman. He's looking at the woman. As if to get, the paper is blank, as if to get some type of permission or something like that. This person uses, the practitioner though, uses a lot of written, 1717, uses a lot of written material. So they have either a grimoire or they have books of reference that they go to for like urge or something like this. So like, prime example, hold on y'all. So I got a book of baths. I don't rely on this book, but it's here for me when I feel like I need to find something, okay? Book of Baths. And you can get this off Amazon. Now, something that I've made for myself personally that I glean from this and I say, hey, this works better for me than the other stuff. I put that in my grimoire. This person has a grimoire that is derived from the different books of knowledge that they have. And they use that energy to do their spell work. That person that's a practitioner is actually gifted that. They've been gifted that. Just want to let you know. Oh boy, let's see. Yeah, let's find out just a tad bit about the person who went to the practitioner. The person that you know that went to the practitioner, okay? Splitting the deck, knowing. It's like high priestess energy, Hierophant energy. Maybe Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that went to a practitioner. We're only going to get 3 of these. Tell me about the person who went to the practitioner. Tell me about the person who went to the practitioner. Thank you. Detached. It would make sense that this person has no emotional attachment. They're a deep thinker of emotional intelligence. They're aware. They're an emotional manipulator. After reading this detached, it says a deep thinker with a high level of emotional intelligence and awareness. Their vibration creates a ripple effect which makes others more aware of their own emotions. This person that went to the practitioner may be an empath, a dark empath. Not just that they feed on the sad or despairing feelings, but they breathe that stuff around them so that they can feed it. This seems energy vampire. Give me real energy vampire. Devilish ways. Oh man, yeah. This gives me real energy, like for real energy vampire, like life force energy. Devilish ways reads, your devious ways create a touch of danger that is hard to resist. There's a dark side to you. that keeps them intrigued. This is a spider trap, a honeypot. This person will bait you with blessings. So this is the type of energy. For example, let's say, okay, prime example. You feel like church is a safe place. You go to the church, and I'm not down in church. I love fellowship. Okay, don't get me wrong, but some places are not safe spiritually and otherwise. So you go to the church. As soon as you walk in, you've never been here. You don't know anybody here. Nothing of the sort. As soon as you walk in, service goes on. When it's time for the leaders to talk, or people to share their testimonies, here's someone that's in leadership that all of a sudden they want to speak over your life. So essentially in most Baptist churches or Christian churches, is something called prophesying. It's essentially where the person speaks positively over your life, which I have so many things about that to say. It's just crazy. But long story short, this person will use that instance of so seemingly speaking into your life as a way to connect with you and emotionally manipulate you. All right, one more, and then we'll close the reading. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, alchemist. It doesn't get any clearer than that. Alchemist says you're a true alchemist with the ability to transmute negative energy into darkness, and bring it to the light, enabling others to reconstruct their reality and shift perceptions. Run with that, y'all. Stay in love and peace. Be careful with this person, okay?